In the world of global intelligence, the fundamental rule is simple. When a covert operation succeeds, it completely vanishes from history. We only get to see the inner workings of this hidden machinery when a mission fails and the black box breaks open. In 1989, that failure looked like a 500-pound safe stolen from an embassy in Kathmandu. A highly trained CIA operative cracked it open, only to find it was completely empty. 30 years later, it looked like a stray beluga appearing off Norway's coast, wearing a high-tech surveillance harness stamped with Russian equipment codes. While governments present a world of boardrooms and diplomacy, these unexplainable glitches prove the existence of an invisible, subterranean layer of global conflict, one we can only uncover by studying their mistakes. During the late Cold War, the CIA operated a unit so secret it was known only as the Shop. These were former special forces trained in silent entry and safecracking, operating entirely off the books and without diplomatic immunity. In 1989, they were hunting an intelligence goldmine, a code machine that held the key to 3 decades of encrypted communications from the crumbling Eastern Bloc. The machine was locked away high in the Himalayas, inside the East German embassy in Kathmandu, Nepal. For lead operative Doug Groh, the stakes were absolute. If he were caught, the CIA would disavow his existence, leaving him to face likely death without any government protection. To reach the embassy without suspicion, the American team wore full-face latex masks, designed to make them pass as local Nepalese men. Inside the embassy, the heat became so intense they had to peel the masks off to breathe. They successfully hauled an unexpectedly heavy safe into a van and rushed it back to the U.S. Embassy, only to discover the machine was gone. The safe was totally empty. Groh eventually left the agency under a cloud of frustration and leaked the details of the mission to a journalist. Without that single botched job in Kathmandu, the Shop would have remained a ghost in the records forever. The 2019 discovery of the Norwegian beluga whale followed a similar pattern of accidental exposure. It points back to a Cold War program where the Soviet Navy trained dolphins off the Crimean Peninsula to defend its fleet from enemy divers. When the Soviet Union broke apart in 1991, the marine mammal program fell into disrepair, remembered only as a relic of a dead empire. But after the beluga, nicknamed Hvaldimir, appeared in Norway, journalists began digging. They scoured satellite imagery of the Russian Arctic coastline near the strategic port of Murmansk. In Olenia Bay, they spotted something hiding in plain sight, marine pens 20 meters wide, containing white shapes that perfectly matched the size of beluga whales. This wasn't a random location. Murmansk is the base for Russia's Northern Fleet, a force of over 30 submarines, many of them capable of launching nuclear strikes. A tip to a marine biologist later confirmed the whale was an escapee from a secret military branch. This playful animal was actually a trained member of a Russian unit guarding the country's most sensitive assets. One of modern Russia's most classified shadow units was exposed to the world simply because a single sentinel decided to run away. These two stories reveal a specific reality. The CIA utilized secret squads of cat burglars, and the Russian Navy employs a battalion of belugas to guard its nuclear fleet. Our knowledge of these programs is incredibly fragile. It relies entirely on a miscalculated safe robbery and a broken equipment harness. This visualization shows the true scale of the unknown. The Kathmandu job is the only confirmed mission of the Shop. Yet, the massive underwater section represents the hundreds of other operations that intelligence experts assume were executed flawlessly. These anomalies suggest that the history we know is primarily shaped by the operations that agencies were unable to keep secret. It forces us to consider what other high-stakes operations are happening right now, successfully, just beneath the surface of our awareness. To keep exploring the world's hidden history, subscribe and hit the bell for our next report.